What time is it, Tess?
7.
Okay.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Hey, look. Everything is rolling.
Excellent. I already said that.
I need to
Excellent.
get this wire out of the way.
Um,
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
How's it going?
Hey.
I'm Philip,
I'm Tommy.
and together we are RCX Unfiltered.
Woohoo.
We have the lovely Tess behind the camera as always.
Ha
I guess that's technically the unfiltered part. We're just the RCX part. Tess is the unfiltered part.
ha. That's kind of true.
I mean, that's all we got, people.
Listen, we don't got a lot, but
We got a lot.
we make use.
Trust me. We try.
We try so hard.
We watched it rain a lot today.
We did
It did.
So
I didn't
several
watch
almost
it.
car accidents.
I didn't watch a lot of rain. I was in the back room
Mm.
pretty much all day.
I know I bring this up on here a lot. I still don't understand how there's not a car accident out in this parking lot.
Like 7 times a day. Yeah, it's
Like I was over here earlier. Tess goes, "Ooh, it was almost a car accident." I'm like, "But was it?"
No.
Like at this point, I'm just disappointed.
Honestly,
Like,
every day I sit here and I look out the window and I watch people drive like maniacs, and it's
I don't know. know how they do
nothing
it.
satisfying about that.
Hey, Megan, how's it going?
Megan.
Like, yeah, I just don't understand.
no.
Maybe one day we'll get to see them run through the Little Caesars. I mean, they have a drive-through.
They do?
Man, the people that work there, they're just so chill
They are overly chill.
that I would be like, oh man, there's a car in here.
Yeah, literally. They wouldn't be surprised. Oh my God. Like someone got murdered in the parking lot and they were just like, yeah, that did happen.
That was the thing.
That was a while ago.
Exactly. It was just one time.
It was just one time. One time at band camp. It was,
I feel like murders in the parking lot are like lightning. It's not going to strike twice in the same spot.
Exactly.
No,
Exactly.
of course not.
It's fine.
I mean, how many
Oh.
bad drug deals could there be in the park?
Right? Right. I feel like you would learn after the first one.
It's all fine.
Anyway.
I had an okay weekend, Megan. It was fine. It was a decent 3-day weekend.
That's right. It was 3-day weekend.
I had a
For
2-day
me.
weekend.
I had a 3-day weekend.
Yeah, Tommy had to work on Monday. Haha, loser.
I read some books. I caught up on. Well, I didn't catch up so much as actually just read the last 2 weeks worth of books. I'm still like many months behind on
Yeah, I read a lot of books this weekend too.
on everything else. Watch sports. Watched a lot of sports ball. I like
I
sports
did
ball,
not sports ball.
so I did sports ball a lot.
Mhm.
My Oregon Ducks women's softball made it to the World Series, so that was a good,
Quacktastic.
it was a good time. Good time had by all, or at
Wow.
least me.
At least you. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Well, I went home last night. Phoebe went out of town for the night, so I was gonna watch wrestling with the dog, and he insisted that we watch Spider-Man: No Way Home, so that's what I did instead.
Honestly, that's more fun.
Yeah, it was good.
Megan, I believe a lot of people work with the ballpoint pen transformer. I think that's a pretty common
Mhm.
misconception.
Yeah.
People's importance is they overrate
Yeah,
their importance.
That book is gonna be super fun.
I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I'm really
that's-
looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's actually a Transformer book I'm looking forward to.
Mhm.
Just I'm just curious at how they're
Yeah.
going to keep expanding that.
Well, I had forgotten how much I love Transformers until the last couple of years with the Energon Universe stuff.
If you haven't seen Transformers 1,
Oh, I have. Yeah, so good.
oh my god.
Yeah,
Just the scene where Orion Pax becomes Optimus Prime
yeah.
after he got blowed up by Megatron.
That'll happen.
It happened. I did have one disappointment with that scene because I watching that scene, and after he comes back up as Optimus Prime and he lands, and when they start the fight, and when Megatron makes his statement and says that they gave you the spark, I really wanted him to go, "I am Optimus Prime," and then start wailing on people. But he just started wailing on people. which is also fine.
I was waiting for you got the touch.
Yeah, that
didn't
wasn't
happen
gonna happen.
either.
Yeah, that only worked in that one movie. I mean, it worked well in that movie, but
It did. It was a foundational moment of my childhood.
Yeah. I do like the fact that in the new Void Rivals that came out this week, which is not in our stack,
Yeah,
is that
such a weird issue.
Is that it is such a weird, but that like Retgar and them are still doing American
Yeah,
television.
they talk TV.
still, yeah. So
Talk
it's
TV.
still,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
I could like hear Weird Al in the background while I was reading it.
yes.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my god, like it's amazing how that little piece is.
and
so
I could hear
ingrained.
Eric Idle's voice when I was reading Retgar. I was
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah.
once again, I think
It's so
I think
iconic.
everyone does, right? Like our age
Yeah.
does anyway. Tess has no idea what we're
I
talking
have
about.
no idea.
Eric Idle,
That's
who was
okay.
one of the members of Monty Python,
Okay.
voiced Retgar in the animated movie in the 80s.
Good to know.
And all of us who loved Monty Pythons,
Yeah,
we already knew.
Mhm.
but like his voice for Retgar, it was so
His mannerisms
unique
and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
that it just I haven't watched that movie in like 20 years since I showed it to my kids when they were little, and that's still the voice I hear.
Iconic.
I watched it a few years ago because they came out with like a limited edition Blu-ray that I bought.
Yeah,
Of course.
So I watched it again. I don't cry as much now as I did when I was 12.
God, man, I saw that in the theater by myself,
Oh
And-
god.
and when my mom picked me up, she was like, "What happened?" And I was like, "I don't want to talk about
I think my sister took me. Because I was 12 and she was 17.
it."
So she took me to see it.
Mhm.
She was
Yeah.
probably like, what's wrong?
We had a dollar movie theater in Ashland, so like my mom would sometimes drop me off, and I would just go to the movies by myself.
That worked.
Yeah, I saw a lot of movies by myself.
I think my sister took me to most of them.
Mm.
Yeah, we went to see she took me to, because she was 5 years older than me. So by the
Yeah.
time I could go, she was 16, right? I was
Mhm.
11, 16. My parents never went to a movie theater. Ever. Ever.
Mine did. The worst idea my mom ever had was going to a double feature the night before we went to the beach, where they played Creature from the Black Lagoon and Piranha.
Oh no!
She did not get in the water, and she sat there like this the whole time, just staring at us.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah.
I guess somebody posted the other day somewhere that they were going on a trip. And, sometimes you get to pick movies, but sometimes they pick movies for
Mhm.
you. And they were going overseas, and the movie they picked for them, the movie starts off with a plane crash. I'm
No!
like,
Wow.
Really?
like with what's been going on, shouldn't that have been vetted?
Right?
Yeah.
Like I get it was just at the beginning and it wasn't really the part of the movie,
But
but it was
still.
still
Yikes.
like,
Why?
Yeah. Yeah. Jaws.
Oh my god.
it was just like you telling me I could watch the Keanu Reeves movie as long as I start like 30 minutes in. John Wick.
Mm.
Said I could watch John Wick as long as I start 30 minutes.
Yeah,
in.
you can't watch the beginning of that movie.
So,
No.
so I'm like, okay, the movie's fine as long as I make it. I start 30 minutes in. The dog stuff, man, I can't handle.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Not gonna.
No, thank you.
All right, you want to talk some books?
Sure.
We got books to talk.
We do. Well, I have one at home, the Godzilla one that actually talks. When I open
It
it.
roars. Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
I got yelled at about that book. But first up is Superman 26. We are starting a new story arc
Yippee!
after we got rid of Luthor Superman
Lex is back in prison.
again.
Mercy's like, what'd you expect? I'm Mercy.
That was
Yeah.
that was the best conversation, right?
Superman's like, I can't believe you did this. And she's like, I can't believe you can't believe it.
Right. Like I'm not the dumb one here.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Actually,
It was very Mercy Graves. Yes. It was-
At least I could appreciate Mercy in here because not once was she sitting there going, "Oh, but."
yeah, she's just very
No,
matter of
no.
fact.
She's just like, well, yeah, you're an idiot. Like, this is who I am. Have you not Have you not been around the last few years? So anyway, new story arc of Superman. We ended 25 with Superwoman losing her power. Lex going back to prison. Mercy being Mercy. And
Lena
Luthor being
betrayed
by everyone.
Yeah.
And so
she's not a happy
she
kid.
is not happy. So, and if you read this before you read Supergirl 1, it's kind of a spoiler.
recommended.
Yeah. If you want to read Supergirl 1 first.
Yes.
Unless you read it too fast
Well,
and don't realize what's happening.
Yes, read it very carefully.
yes, if you read this fast, then it may not matter.
Yeah, I had to go back and reread it because he was like, this thing. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? I read that book.
Yeah. It's panels. It's art panels. It's hard.
I'm slow.
It's
not fast.
Or too fast.
So anyway, we start the new story arc. Superman we're finally getting back to the first couple of issues of this book.
Yeah, he got bombarded with red kryptonite in the first arc.
Right.
And
it's not real red kryptonite. It's
right.
The
it's been sort of
synthetic.
Gestating in his body this whole time.
Right.
Which is what's going on the cover.
Yeah. When he gets mad, he's like the Red Hulk.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there is nothing I can think of that would be scarier than an angry, out of control Superman.
Yeah.
Like he could literally break the planet in half.
See, he says never again.
Womp womp.
What if he spoke like Batman and said that? Never again. The page keeps leaving my hand. Sorry. The page is not opening up. Right. There we go.
There we go.
He's been hanging around Batman a lot, so maybe he spoke like that. Never
Probably
again.
so. Oh my God.
Where is she?
He's a detective.
It's pretty good.
Anyway, there's interludes going on in
There's
this book.
interludes.
Zod's spaceship is getting attacked by the Borg or something.
Yeah. In case you didn't know, which we'll tell you now, so Superwoman got her powers from Zod. And so she lost her powers. So Zod's on the way to Earth to figure out where his powers went.
Yeah.
Superwoman lost her powers. And they're assuming that her powers went back to Zod. So, or they don't know it's Zod.
Yeah, they don't know where she got the powers.
But
they're gone, and they just assume.
But they're gone, and they assume that whoever she got them from, they're going back to.
This was another like Lois being a boss, where it was like everybody's like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And she's like, "Look, the powers are fun. I really enjoyed having them. I got work to do. I gotta go."
Because she's like, who's got time for this crap?
Yeah,
like, I ain't got time to wallow. I got a job.
Yeah, I gotta get to the planet and write some stuff.
Yeah. So if you're wondering, yes, I am now 26 issues into a Superman book.
I'm so proud of you.
I know, right?
I'm really enjoying all of the super books.
I'm still not doing action.
I am,
but I am doing Superman.
I am thoroughly enjoying action as well.
I mean,
Supergirl is very good. I'm really excited for the crypto book.
Supergirl's not Superman.
That's true.
Let's
She's
not,
a girl.
Let's not.
Yeah.
Let's not get the inferior Superman confused with the superior Supergirl. All right. Let's not. Let's not be. Let's not. Whoa.
Wow, buddy.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
And it's already been a bad week in that front.
Yeah.
So we already lost Peter David this week, which is my favorite thing he's ever written was Supergirl. Like everyone talks about his Hulk.
I love this Hulk run.
His Star Trek stuff was great. Like Peter David's Star Trek stuff was really good, but his Supergirl stuff was.
And then the sequel to Supergirl, Fallen Angel.
Right. Yes.
God, that book was good too. Yeah. And it crossed over with Buffy.
And it did cross over with Buffy.
That's what it really was.
Well, Illyria, really.
It was more of an angel crossover. Yeah,
it's all the same.
Still,
it's all the same.
So that was when it was with IDW.
Yeah.
So, but yes. So long week. All right. We don't normally do books in the middle of a story if there's nothing new, but
oh boy,
we're making an exception.
This is
Predator versus Spider-Man #2. Holy crap.
Yeah, this Predator is his MO for predation is significantly different than previous Predators, where like the other Predators would like take a trophy from a kill. He seems to be like torturing and
Yeah.
pulling things apart while they're still alive and keeping various things as trophies.
Yeah, and this is not your like typical Spider-Man
Yeah.
story in a sense. Like it's Peter.
Yeah.
It's like all the characters there, but like I don't normally like dark books, but they went ahead and like the Predator cut the power to the city, so it's got to be dark.
Yeah.
So it's fine. In this instance, it's fine. But man, like it is just brutal.
And I really like
And
Craven is
want to
in
try to find a
here
page.
just being like,
Like I don't want to show this page though because of
yeah,
the
it's
bodies.
really gory.
It's gory.
Yeah, this is skirting the edge of what they can put as far as gore in a comic book, really. Yeah, there's no pages that you can show.
Yeah, there's no pages of this I can show. The art's beautiful.
It's really, really well done.
And once again, I'll say it again. If you do not like the Predator, you do not buy this for a Spider-Man book.
Yeah.
Right? Like
yeah, the
Spider-Man
Predator
is in this book.
I'm not even sure that Spider-Man's like the second main character, because I think the main character is the Predator, and I think Craven might be.
Spider-Man is the plot point. Spider-Man is the person to get us from plot to point to plot point.
That's fair.
He's not like he's putting the police with this Predator, with Craven, with the other, like because like and he's the one that is connecting them, but they are not. Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah, it's a bit
Here,
more.
I'm just going to show you there's this one page here that I can show you.
It's a bit more gory and violent than I usually like my comics, but
it's really good.
It's really well written.
Yeah.
I was very surprised.
Yeah. So they've done. So this is the third one of these. The first one was Wolverine. The second one was Black Panther. Now we're doing Spider-Man, and they've all been excellent.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a Predator fan and you're not getting these, you should come find or go find them somewhere. Like they're amazing.
They're quite good,
and I don't know why. I mean, I did like the Predator, but I was more of a Predator fan than I was Alien.
Same.
So it was. I mean, it was really Predator 2 that did it.
I like to get to the chopper.
Danny Glover in Predator 2, though,
he's getting too old for this.
That movie was great.
Yeah,
I love that.
I
movie.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, I love that movie a lot. Like the first movie was great, but the one in New York, or
plus we got that cool trophy scene on the ship.
On the ship.
Yeah,
I got a ship.
That's really all that matters.
That's all that matters. All right, next up is Absolutely Martian Manhunter number 3.
This is so good. I don't know. Every time it's been a couple of weeks since one comes out, I'm like, oh yeah, it's probably my third favorite. And then I read an issue and it's like, that's almost as good as Wonder Woman. So, it is so freaking good.
This is my second favorite Absolute book.
Yeah.
Behind Wonder Woman.
Okay.
It's
so close.
It's Wonder Woman, this, and then Superman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like to me, it's past Superman.
Wow.
As one of my favorite Absolute.
Yeah.
books.
No, 100%. Like the art, the way the art ties into the story itself is genius.
Yeah.
I
like the art and everything in this
is so beautiful.
It's beautiful. Yeah. It is handled all so well.
Yeah.
I never would have thought I would have liked the Martian Manhunter.
It is
genuinely.
Yeah.
A Martian Manhunter book, not Martian Manhunter in the Justice League, or I love Martian Manhunter in
New Frontier is my favorite Martian Manhunter.
Correct.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
This
like,
is also
like
very,
once again,
very
it's not that Martian Manhunter is a character that I like when he's surrounded with other characters.
Yeah.
And Oreos.
This
is
so
oh my
amazing.
God.
Like, yeah, everything that we're talking about this week is just really so far it's just been really good.
Yeah.
But
it's insane.
The way they're handling this, and we're even going ahead and talking about white Martians.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So which is a whole nother thing. It's craziness. So
insanity. But yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. So basically it's a cop whose mind is integrating with a Martian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it's not, so unlike the Martian Manhunter, it's not the Martian Manhunter persona as a policeman.
Mm-hmm.
It's the policeman and this Martian has kind of mind meld
together.
Yeah. Because he was running away from the White Martian.
hmm
So, but it's really good. This is my second favorite absolute book.
Yeah.
It's Wonder Woman and then this.
Because nothing can beat Wonder Woman. But
Yeah. Wonder Woman's tough to.
Yeah.
We're getting there. Absolutely. She's down there somewhere, I think.
Yeah, she's in that
She's in
stack.
that. Yeah, she's in the bottom. So next up, hey, Giant Size X-Men 1 came out this week.
wow.
It's the first appearance of Storm and Colossus
Colossus.
and Nightcrawler. Wolverine joins the team.
It's crazy.
It's a wild ride, man. And Kamala Khan's there for some reason.
It's there.
I don't know.
I don't really. I told Tommy earlier, I said it was okay. But like there's pieces of this book that is way better than okay.
Yeah.
Like it literally is Giant Size X-Men again with Kamala Khan. And so it was okay, but like we're dealing with Kamala going back in time, and we deal with that at the beginning of how this happened, right? And then she runs in the first person she runs into is Cyclops, and they know each other because Cyclops, when he was younger, was
a few
on the
years of time displaced original X-Men, and
Yeah.
Cyclops was in the Champions with her, and they're old friends.
Yeah.
And so she shows up in the past, and Cyclops is like, "Oh, Kamala, hey, good to see you. It's a bad time."
Yeah, so like
Stuff's
you have
happening.
scenes like this from the original, Giant Size, but it's now Kamala is there, and there's just all kind of conversations like Logan's being his grumpy self. Well, I don't have any friends, and she goes, "Well, you have one now." It's like, oh my
Aw,
god,
She's so cute.
Like,
I
it's-
love her.
like yeah, and so everyone's irritated because this new girl is joining the team, but like Cyclops knows who she is and what she can do, and nobody else does. And she calls out Sunfire.
Yeah. He's such a jerk.
He's such a jerk. Yeah, she just calls him right out. So in essence,
I really enjoyed it.
It's
I thought it
okay,
was
but-
a lot of fun.
but
and
it is.
It's because Kamala Khan.
It is because of Kamala and the interaction
Yeah.
between everyone.
So we're getting 3 or 4 one-shots
Yeah.
that take place in different X-Men story arcs. And then we're going to get a Giant Size X-Men number 2 that ends the story.
Yeah. Because I think the next one is they jump to the Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, and I know they're doing Age of Apocalypse one.
And then whatever. Is this the Dark Phoenix one?
No, that is a backup
Oh, that's the
story.
backup story. Yeah.
Yeah, where they introduce a new villain who's interesting.
She destroyed a Vespa. Come on.
Senior Vespa.
See. And my favorite book of the week,
The gosh darn kerfuffle.
The Goddamn Tragedy. I may say the title of this book a few more times before we get off there.
My God. All day.
I would say number 1, but it's a one shot. It's an only press one shot.
It is a self-contained story.
Takes place in 1965. It's about a family, right? 1894, whatever. Oh, wait, that's the present day in this book is 1894. I think it is 1865 when it happens, when she tells the story, or 46. Whatever.
1846.
I was close.
I remember
it's
that.
a number. It's some
That was a
number.
good year for me.
So it is a Western. It's about a family in a wagon train going out west. It's kind of a ghost story.
Yeah.
Western, maybe.
Yeah.
Ending.
Yeah. It was a really cool story.
It's a very cool story.
that I don't really know exactly what happened.
Yeah. Other than the little girl that grew up is very annoyed with everyone, which I kind of get.
Yeah.
Like she's not a villain. She's just
No.
annoyed. I'm like, sure. Are you this person? Yes, you're an idiot. All right. Sure, we go with that. I guess it's been a while since I've read a Western. I mean, in a sense of a single issue comic. So it was really well done. There's a ghost story in it. I guess I still think that's how you have to play it off.
Yeah.
But it does take into, account of like a lot of people's trip, and then the father of the family is, he knows better than everyone else, like normal. So yes, Bill, I could say it was a goddamn tragedy. Even she admits
Yeah.
it was
A goddamn
a goddamn
tragedy.
tragedy. Just saying.
The art style is very interesting. It's
Yeah, I'm gonna pick.
it's
here we
almost
go.
like watercolors.
Yeah. See how?
It's really good.
Yeah, and there's like a color shift when you go from the present day to the past,
Yeah. Here.
which I thought was interesting.
So yeah, so the present day, first page, present day in this book
Yeah.
is this, right? And then when we finally get to the part where it's like, well, let me tell you, but actually,
Boy, let me tell you what.
it goes to this. So we get the separation of colors
Yeah.
for time, but
Which
then
I'm a fan of that.
But then whenever they do
movie.
kind of time jump, it kind of changes colors too, right?
Yeah.
So it's like even it separates how you know it's been more than a day if the color changes.
Yeah.
Is the way they do it. Like one time the girl gets sick and she's out for some amount of time, so the color changed on the next page. So
It's really genius.
yeah, I love stuff like this.
Mhm.
Like and it's got a Tula Lotte
Cover.
cover.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
and to be fair, I ordered this book because it had a Tula Lotte
Yeah.
cover.
And the Tula, this is one of those instances where I ordered the B cover for the rack instead of the A cover because the B cover was Tula,
Yes.
and it's so much prettier than the A cover.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
yeah.
So, but I originally ordered it for that, but the story in it is really good. It's
Mhm.
really well done, and I got a good Western that I haven't actually gotten in a while.
It yeed my haw.
Yeed your haw. Hod your yee.
Whoa now, whoa.
And I will also let you know, not a single person in this story died of dysentery.
It's true.
It's true. I didn't even think about that. Fake news.
Fake news.
I didn't.
Well, we didn't see what happened to the rest of the wagon train.
I said in the story that we got, no one died of dysentery. I didn't say the rest of the wagon train even made it. They may have, but we didn't see it.
Fair.
Wasn't important.
It wasn't an important part of the story.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right. Next up is an absolutely Wonder Woman number 8.
Yeah.
8, right?
8.
It's the start of a new story. You know how I know? Because it says a new story begins here.
Wow.
So
I don't even have to do much thinking.
what they have done, and I had heard whispers of this on the internet, but it's the internet. But it looks like Wonder Woman is going to be the person who builds the Justice League. She is going to be who brings Superman and Batman and whoever else together. And I love what they're doing. She also is very they're really leaning into the mythology and the magic of her character, where she is constantly asking her patron gods for boons and favors. And because she's who she is, they're like, here you go. Here's the thing. We also, what is her name? Dr. Poison?
Yeah.
So Absolute Dr. Poison is introduced in this. And she is, if you saw the first Wonder Woman movie with Gal Gadot, she is the evil poisoner lady. But this version is interesting because I don't even know if she has a corporeal body. I think she's Johan from Hellboy.
I don't think she does.
Yeah.
My assumption is she is, yeah.
Yeah. She's just a big sack of gases.
Here's some
Yeah.
artsy work.
It's so pretty.
I do like the fact that when she talks to her gods, and of course they do respond to her, but I also want to be fair. They have put all of their coins in a basket.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like it is in a single basket.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so they kind of, when she asks for something, like they may want to play like they're giving her grief, but like at
she's
the end,
only thing.
Like the end of the day, like she's proven that she's the one to bet on, and they kind of went all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The majority of them,
And I like she's
We're
got a
all
little
in.
entourage. She's got her bestie and
Yeah.
her boo.
Yeah, I'm sure that's all going to end perfectly fine.
And
Oh, I'm
Minerva,
sure.
Dr. Minerva. Oh God. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
More
love
artsy work.
I love every single thing about this book.
Yeah, this is my favorite absolute book by far.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Like it is not even close.
Genuinely.
And
Yeah,
the
we got a
panel
pigeon.
compositions in this book are really unique and interesting. And they're
Like I don't want to show you this page because
yeah, there's too many spoilers, but it's just beautiful.
We need to we need to do a show like we come back like in 2 weeks and just go over the book.
Yeah.
Like here's
Here's what happens.
here's what happens.
Here's
Because I
what's
really
cool
want to show
about
you
it.
this, but
Yeah.
book comes out tomorrow, and like you get mad at me for saying my book title, but like you're not gonna get mad at me for spoiling
No.
like certain pages.
Mm-mm.
I'll
Yeah.
be more than happy to tell you about it, but
Yeah.
there's just certain things I just need you to see.
Of course. So come and
Yeah.
buy it.
Yeah, no, she's
Yeah.
yeah,
She's a bag of gas.
she's a bag of gas. Here, you know what? We've already talked about it. See, bag of gas.
Mhm.
She gets really upset down here, right here. And they're holding out on it too. So
Yeah. Yeah. So they're setting up Dr. Poison to be a big thing. Barbara Minerva is on Team Wonder Woman right now. She's
for now.
for now. But Cheetah going to Cheetah at some point.
What?
Cheetah gonna
I'm
cheetah.
sure.
Well,
Well, it'd be interesting if she never becomes Cheetah in
yeah,
this.
that's not going to happen though, because like even in this issue, right? We've already seen it, but like in this issue here, she's that kid that wants to touch everything or ask all these questions and
Yeah.
like, well, you can give me an answer, and so she's going to mess with something that's
Yeah.
going to end up.
She's gonna get cheated.
Ah!
See, it looks like it's heavy,
It's not.
but it's newsprint. It's the type of paper that these were originally printed on.
So this is volume 1 of the Marvel Transformers that's been reprinted by Image and Skybound. It's Compendium 1.
It's ginormous.
So it is issues 1 through 46 and Transformers Headmasters 1 through 4. And it's got the original cover on it. And yes, I've already looked. It's got issue 3 in it, which has got the Spider-Man issue from Marvel. So they're just reprinting everything. Obviously, I haven't made it to issue 3 yet.
They did 2
There's 2.
covers on this book, and because of how the Energon Universe stuff has been selling, I did order the B cover as well because Daniel Warren Johnson did that one.
Yeah. See, it's even got issue 3 in it because of Spider-Man. So that's been they have reprinted it some, but it's been an issue with certain reprints that it didn't make it. Like the Spider UK, the Transformers UK that reprinted some of this and then they expanded the story. It didn't have that. So things like that. This is the cover I got because it's the original cover. So
Got Bill Sienkiewicz,
yes,
which was an interesting choice for a robot book.
for a robot book, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
It was still like Frank Miller did the first ROM issue.
Yeah. So weird.
Like, okay. Go for it. So, but anyway, so this is out this week. It's actually it's all of that, but it's only $65.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
Which
it's-
is actually-
it's a lot of books.
Yeah. It is, like I said, like Tommy said, it is like the news. It honestly, it feels exactly like the original comics.
Yeah.
The paper's probably a little bit better. Like it's newsprint, but it's a better newsprint.
Yeah, that's
like
fair. Newsprint technology has really evolved in the last 40 years.
Yeah. I guess the paper weight is probably a little different,
Yeah.
but but it is light. It's not really. I was making. a
Can't
joke,
use
but
this
it's
one
not.
as a weapon.
Yeah, I
Dang.
mean,
Use it.
could.
Yeah.
If you hit it hard enough.
Let's find out. Okay.
Ah.
And we have
New cards.
new cards. So if you got the
Whoever
other,
wanted to be a space cop, now's your chance.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
But before we had Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Darkseid, blank.
Mhm.
That's it,
I
right?
think that was
Yeah.
it.
And so now there's a Hal Jordan. I think there's gonna be a Supergirl one coming out too.
I
think
know.
so, yeah.
I know there's a Green Arrow and I think an Aquaman as well.
Oh my god.
I somehow lost my Wonder Woman one. I know. I have the Batman and the Superman in my wallet, but Wonder Woman's not in there.
Look, she's got places to go,
She
and
does.
things to do. She can't just
does.
hang out in your wallet.
It's true.
One day
It's
we'll
true.
just have to do a show and bring in all of our cards because I still have all my Avenger.
Yeah,
Cards.
I have my Avengers ID that I got out of Wizard a million years ago.
I still have all that stuff.
Card tour.
Yeah, Zatanna. I think I've seen a Zatanna that's coming out. But I think we've only FOC'd one more though.
I think it was Green Arrow.
Was it Green Arrow? Yeah.
Yeah. No, it might have been two more.
Yeah, if it's like Supergirl, I thought Supergirl we
I think we've done
FOC'd too.
Supergirl. I think Green Arrow was this week, so I think Supergirl was last week.
Yeah. So we're getting there. We're getting a whole bunch.
I don't remember.
Hooray!
It's unlimited. Because it
Title
says
of
so
the show.
right there.
I feel
Nice.
quite limited.
So you want to talk about this?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, which is happening first? Birthday's happening first.
Birthday. We're having a
Hey!
birthday.
Richmond Comix is having a birthday.
We're
You're
gonna turn
invited.
38.
That's a lot.
I have only been here for 19 of those.
That's a lot in shop years.
Yeah.
So it's on June 7th
Yes.
at Richmond Comix.
Yes.
I'm assuming you're opening at 11. still?
Yes.
Like
Yeah, it's gonna be normal
Okay.
hours. I will be here early to set up because I'm gonna put some stuff out on the sidewalk. So if people show up early, there will probably be things outside that you can look through.
And if you want to show up early to talk to me, I would not, because I would not be here early.
I might be here early.
I mean, I'm sure I'll show up at some point on Saturday. I'm usually here at some point on Saturday.
It's true.
And then after you come here and enjoy our birthday celebration, you can go over to, was it VCU for Bubbles Con? Charles Burns is going to be there.
That's true. I forgot
Friday
about
and
that.
Saturday. I'm going to try and go
Oh,
afterwards. Yeah.
that's next Friday.
Yep.
June 6th is next Friday.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all know this or not, but next week is June. Huh.
Sure is.
I may have to look at my work calendar because I probably want to go on the 6th. I have to look at the schedule because they got stuff going on both days.
So I know
Anyway.
Saturday night they're gonna show some short films that I don't remember if they're short films that Charles Burns made or just ones that inspired him. But I want to go, but
BubblesCon.
we'll see. We'll see how my week
Hey, we should probably talk about BubblesCon next weekend. Next Tuesday.
next Tuesday. Yeah,
Next Tuesday.
I only thought about it because we've got a
Because the
poster
poster.
right here. that I've been looking at the whole time.
I had a joke there, but I am going to leave that alone. And then
Wednesday, June 18th, superstar writer Amy Chu will be on hand.
Superstar.
From 4 to 7 that Wednesday. That is the day that her new book from Marvel, Emma Frost White Queen, #1, comes out. We have stocked up on many of her graphic novels. I've got a bunch of first issues of other various random things that she's written, including the Betty and Veronica meet Vampirella
Vampirella.
and Red Sonja,
Yes.
I think, which is just a silly concept.
Yeah, she did that.
Yeah. And then like she did a bunch of Kiss comics. So I got the first issue of that. Anyway, we'll have plenty of stuff on hand that you can
Yes.
purchase and get signed if you want. And I assume she'll be bringing stuff of her own
Mhm.
because this is sort of a waypoint between her
I
home
think
in
that's
New
what she
York
said.
and
She commented on
yeah,
a post and
Yeah.
said that she would be bringing stuff. Because
because
this is only one of 2 comic shops that she's doing this year.
yeah, and that's the weekend after that is Heroes, correct?
Right. She'll
Yeah,
be here
so
on Wednesday.
She'll be
and
here
then she'll
Wednesday,
be
and then
at Heroes on Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
So now for me to get my Cormilla 2 signed, I will come here and not have to drag that to Heroes.
Very nice.
Because I've got the first one signed. So I won't have to do that.
Gotta
So,
get a matching set.
exactly.
Exactly. It's very important.
It is. It is very important.
it is indeed.
So what's gonna
So that is all the exciting things we have, really.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm researching how to sell books online. It's the most efficient and cost-effective way.
It's still Richmond Comix stuff.
That is Richmond Comix
not
stuff.
RCX Media, Richmond Comix.
That is Richmond Comix stuff. Yep.
This is where I tell you the views here, the views that are expressed here are that of me and me alone and RCX Media. When he's talking RCX, I mean Richmond Comix stuff.
Yeah.
That's on him.
That's me. I'm doing a lot of online researching. And I'm trying to organize the back room, which is a daunting task.
Good luck.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I've been doing it for 3 days. I'm about 6% done. We'll see how it goes.
We do the best we can.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Sad little kids.
I know. I know.
I have a star for you.
No! You're so mean.
I did find almost a complete run of the original Old Man Logan. I'm missing the issue in the middle for some reason, but
70 or something.
Yeah,
really
issue
weird.
70. It's 66 through 72, I think, and I'm missing issue 70. I don't know.
I don't know either. That's really weird.
Yeah.
And then I've been going through trying to figure out some new shows to do on here.
Yes.
And I've got a few ideas, but one idea I have that I've been thinking about for a while, would anyone care to have like a 5-minute show a week that just wraps up the comic news for the week? Like we're always got something coming out, right? Whether it's books or some kind of distributor or publisher, just let me know. Right. So it's not, I already dig through the news every week. It doesn't take a whole lot for me to write it down, like at all. Right.
Yeah.
Like I'm already reading it. Like the stuff I've already read this week is just insane. And I don't know if everyone goes to all these different things. I will not go to Bleeding Cool, so don't ask. But anywhere else I'm usually at and I have it. And so that's one of the things I would probably release it on Friday afternoon or Saturday, or probably Saturday. That way I can wrap up the week because a lot of news doesn't happen on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, there's too much other stuff going on.
There's too much other stuff going on. Comics don't usually release that. But like even this week, right? Like we were talking in here, most people may not know, but Discovery and Warner Brothers have now almost hit junk stock. And they are talking about splitting the TV and the movies out, from they're going to be two different companies. Be Warner Brothers Movies and Warner Brothers TV. And so things like that, it can affect the industry. I was just curious if anyone cared, right?
I don't know if you guys heard the one bit of news that DC and Marvel dropped today. The crossover one shots are going to be the Marvel book is going to be Zeb Wells and Greg Capullo doing a Deadpool Batman book. And then DC, it will have a Batman Deadpool book,
right?
But written by Grant Morrison and drawn by Dan Mora, which, holy crap.
I know which one I'm reading.
Yeah, I'm like on Batman and Deadpool, but Grant Morrison and Dan Mora doing anything, I'm in, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, like if people are interested, I'm fine doing like me sitting on camera for 5 to 10 minutes to talk news.
Yeah,
is not really a problem because I would just do it like a news program.
Yes,
I like my paper. Yeah, I like my paper.
Do it like the announce at the beginning of Korra.
Yes.
Or Clone Wars. Yeah.
Yes.
Breaking news. Yeah, I could do that. But yeah, I was just asking if anyone would actually care because, like I said, I'm reading the stuff every day, and it would only take me an extra like a minute out of my life every day to compile it and then sit down and do a video on Saturday to release it like it's not.
And
I would watch it.
You would not.
I would not.
Don't even lie. Stop lying.
So I will say, if you guys enjoy how the sausage gets made of the comic book industry, there is a podcast you should check out. It's called The Data Bros. They're on all of the various podcasting services. It's Data Bros Inc. It's the guys who develop both Comic Shop Assistant and Manage Comics. And they are incredibly smart and very funny. I have listened to almost all their episodes. That's a lot of when I'm sorting things in the back. I have some comic book industry podcasts that I listen to. That is the best one as far as entertainment value plus education of how this industry works. That's for if you're super nerdy and care about the behind the scenes stuff of the comic book industry.
Right.
It's not
They
so
like
much,
numbers.
Yeah, it's not so much about like creative stuff. It's
No.
about the back end and like really inside baseball
Yeah.
stuff.
Like I will answer questions like that, but like I can't imagine I would ever want to do a podcast like that.
Yeah.
Like it's not stupid enough. I'd have to be serious.
Well, Django and Jeff
I know,
are never
but-
serious.
Yeah, I know, but
And
still.
Brian also is hilarious.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how funny he was. 'Cause I've spent
Well,
way
it's-
more time with Django and Jeff than I had with Brian. But
I mean, it's just all of them together.
yeah, they're very
So.
funny. And they have an official sponsor, which is an apple juice company that they made up.
But, yeah,
Yeah. It's a lot of nonsense.
I
It's
think we
really
talked
fun.
about that on here
Yeah.
a few years ago when you and I were starting this.
Oh,
we
yeah.
talked about doing a fake,
Oh
fake
yeah,
sponsor.
we never did that.
We never did that. Yeah, we did talk
Yeah,
about
love
making a fake sponsor. We could start doing the Tessa noodles as our
Oh.
sponsor.
That's true.
Have that every week.
That's
Every
true.
week.
Every week,
Get your
hold up the bag.
pasta.
Hold up the bag at the end. This week's episode sponsored by.
Bye. Noodle
We just
arms.
make up something every
Tessa
week.
Boo's noodle arms.
Noodle arms. Woo. Oh my god.
All right, so I'll. A few people said yes. So I mean, if I could get 3 more views, sure.
May as well.
I'll start doing a news. We'll start that in June. So, because then in the one when I go to Charlotte may be a little bit better because I'll actually talk to a lot of the creators
Yeah.
when I'm in Charlotte and get some information there. So, all right, cool. I think that is it for us this week then.
Indeed.
So, or I'm sure you've had enough of us this week. So I think that is
I've had enough of me this week. I would.
Same.
me too, and it's only Tuesday.
Right? Jesus.
All right, everybody. Have a good week. And we will talk to y'all later. We will at least see you next Tuesday. So, bye. And now you have to stare at us for the next 28 seconds while I hit this end stream button.
And then you got to end it twice.